for that. In the meantime, let's shift focus and talk about several of the actors who made their presence felt as far as when it comes to Salman Khan also being at the RSS event. It seems to have irked when it comes to the opposition parties in Maharashtra. Now, there seems to be a scathing attack that has now come in from the RSS and the BJP in the editorial Samna, where Shiv Sena has now questioned the RSS on Salman, and the Sena UBT faction is of the opinion that Bollywood stars are under pressure to actually reach for the event, saying that the celebrities don't want to attract any trouble, and therefore saying that it is the RSS which is responsible for the BJP's sins, and questioning when it comes to the RSS point-blank shot as far as the video that seems to be showcasing which Samna, the editorial, the mouthpiece of the UBT faction of Shiv Sena, is questioning as to why RSS is now mum on the Himanta video. Well, let's connect with Nilesh on this. Nilesh, you know, the presence of several Bollywood celebrities seems to have irked the opposition. Their very presence as far as catering when it comes to their communities is concerned. Is that the question that the opposition now seems to be raising, and in particular of a deleted video?
Well, Amita, good morning to you. And yes, indeed, it seems like the opposition leaders, and in particularly now the Samna UBT, that is Shiv Sena UBT faction, has been hit by whatever happened into the RSS event. Now, it is almost 3 days from now that Salman Khan's presence was seen into RSS event, but it seems like the UBT Sena is not leaving this issue. They are constantly propelling this issue for almost 3 days now. And this is a Samna editorial we are speaking of, the mouthpiece of the party, which ultimately is launching a scathing attack onto the RSS as well as BJP. Now questioning the motive of RSS, the UBT editorial speaks of how stars are under pressure, and which is why Salman Khan and actors like Ranbir Kapoor are reaching into this venue. Earlier it was Salman Khan. Now in today's editorial it speaks of how Ranbir Kapoor, whose father, as per the editorial, was a leftist mindset individual, is also being forced into reaching out at RSS event. The editorial also highlights several other national issues, which also includes Himanta Biswa Sarma's recent video, which went viral and got later deleted. The UBT mouthpiece questions the silence of RSS as well as PM Modi on to the said viral clip. It highlights that RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat is stating that the nation needs to be united and the Muslims should be included into this unity. Then why such statements are coming in from the leaders of the BJP? It also says that whatever sins the BJP is committing across the nation, RSS is equally responsible for that, because it is the RSS, the chief of RSS, which is ultimately permitting all of those narratives that is constantly finding space into the national politics.
Right, but where seems to be the issue that Samna, the editorial mouthpiece, seems to be raising, Nilesh? Is it over the invitation being extended to Bollywood celebrities, or the Bollywood celebrities accepting the invitation and being present for the event?
Well, Abhinda, it seems difficult to understand for the UBT that the event was being held here in financial capital, Mumbai city, which is also known as hub of Bollywood. Thousands of celebs reside into this city, and which is why one cannot ignore such a strong industry, and which is why Salman Khan and various other celebs, be it Akshay Kumar, the directors, the producers, all were invited. But it seems like the political leaders are cherry-picking the issue, highlighting that how certain individuals, certain celebs who do not share the same ideology with that of the government were forced, were allegedly forced. And this was at first pointed out by UBT leader and MP Sanjay Raut, stating that he has some Chinese whispers that celebs were communicating amongst themselves that jana padta hai, bulana padta hai, which means that they are constant pressure of the government. They are trying to avoid any disagreement with the government.
Well, as far as the RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat is also concerned, he's referred Salman Khan to be as an inspiration, and as far as these conversations that seems to have been taking place, that seems to have triggered a political face-off as well. Let's in the meantime play out some reactions.
Maybe some sub-celebrity had some in mind that under RSS rule now, their business may be in danger. So they are trying to satisfy them. But at that ultimately, once you surrender to the fascist forces, it does not pay.
लगातार ये सरकार दबाव डालती है, दबाव डाल के काम कराती है। मैं समझता हूँ लोगों को, नेताओं पे वो अपना ज्वाइन कराती है। अब तो वो फिल्म स्टार्स पे भी दबाव डाल के इस प्रकार कार्य करती, तो मैं समझता हूँ दबाव का एक पार्ट है।
They are under great pressure. Who internally don't like, they differ. But what to do? They have to survive. So already the Bollywood industry is targeted. So they know it, that if they have to survive, then they have to attend. It's not that they are doing it willingly.
Well, Nilesh, the opposition, seems to be speaking as a point of view that these actors are being pressured or are being coerced in a way to, present themselves for the centenary celebrations of the RSS. However, does that even seem from that with the multiple kind of statements and pictures that were coming in from the centenary event? As I said, the RSS chief was in a way also, praising Salman Khan for being a popular icon between the youth.
Well, absolutely, Amita. There were invitees of around 1,200 in numbers, and that also included people from all walks of life. And this celebs happened to be one among all of those. And not just Salman Khan and Ranbir Kapoor, but as we highlighted that Akshay Kumar, Shilpa Shetty and various others A-listers were present into this event. And ultimately, the motive was to connect with the RSS and try to understand and share ideologies and ultimately come down to a point that will be ultimately resulting into the national growth, because the entire event was focused on unity of the nation from all walks of life, all sections of the society, all religions were to be included, and that message was clearly being conveyed by RSS chief as well, who was later involved into question and answer session as well, in which he clearly highlighted that the youth of this generation is one very important aspect for building the nation, and which is why they ultimately follow Bollywood celebs. He also highlighted that how the youth is all crazy for Salman Khan. They follow him with all their heart without understanding why and what are they doing, and which is why
as far as when it comes to the political nature of this event, what the opposition now seems to be raising, Salman Khan's presence at the centenary celebrations of the RSS seems to have irked the opposition. Nilesh, thank you very much for adding details there to this development. In the meantime, speaking of actors now, let's talk about actor Samna's